I'm Sara, and when I heard that monarchs travel thousands of miles each year, I got an idea. I decided to follow the monarchs on their round-trip, multi-generational, multinational migration to learn from, teach about, and help save one of the world's most unique natural wonders. This is the story of that migration. It's a story of millions of monarchs, of the people in Mexico, the United States, and Canada working to protect the monarchs, and of my bicycle adventure to butter bike with these butterflies.
Hi, I'm in the forest of Mexico waiting for all these monarchs to start flying north, and it's so awesome.
These monarchs arrived to this forest in Mexico last November, and now it's March, and they're getting ready to start their migration north into the United States and Canada. And I'm getting ready to start biking with them on their migration. Yep, you heard right. I am going to bike with the monarchs. I tried to teach myself to fly, but it just didn't work. So, it looks like I'm going to have to butter bike with these butterflies. And that's okay by me. I love biking, and for the last month, I've been biking a lot in Mexico. From car-free streets to group rides, I've been making lots of friends, including 2 friends that biked with me to see the monarchs overwintering here in Mexico. After walking to one of the colonies in the forest of Mexico, where all the monarchs east of the Rocky Mountains spend their winter, we found an incredible thing. Here we first saw the resting monarchs, millions of them clustered together on the Oyamel fir trees. They have flown thousands of miles to rest here because these mountains are not too hot and not too cold. They're just right to spend the winter. When we first arrived, the sun was hiding behind clouds, so they were not moving. But instead, they were hanging from the branches of the Oyamel trees. Monarchs can't fly if the temperature is below 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It's kind of like when it's cold out and you just don't want to get up and go to school. On my next visit, an incredible thing happened. The monarchs, warmed by the sun, slowly started to flap their wings, and they began to fly. It was like a storm of orange, and it was incredible. Okay, now, listen really, really carefully. What do you hear? One sound you might hear is the flapping of millions of butterfly wings. Besides the shadows made by these monarchs flying, the sound of their wings is my favorite part. Try and make that same sound by flapping your arms.
I hear a sound, but it's not the same.
The other thing you might hear is the whispers of people talking. Since I couldn't shout with joy, I had to whisper shout with joy.
Practice your silent screams. Wow, this is awesome.
In the sanctuaries, we need to stay as quiet as possible so we don't scare the monarchs.
Just imagine when you're scared of something. You might jump and scream and run. Well, jumping and screaming and running use lots of energy, which makes you really hungry. Getting scared means getting hungry, and that could mean starving if you can't get to food. Besides being quiet, we can't touch the monarchs, take pictures with flash, take one home, or litter. The monarchs are depending on us to be respectful so that they can survive. Now, back to the whispers. Can you understand what the people are saying? If you can, that's because you speak Spanish. Here at the overwintering grounds in Mexico, the people that protect the monarchs mostly speak Spanish. I speak English, but I've been studying Spanish for many years. Knowing more than one language is a great way to make lots of friends and help share what's important to you with other people. Since the monarch butterfly is important to me, here's how you say, "Hi, my name's Sara. I like to take care of the monarch butterfly." Practice with me, but say your own name. Hola, me llamo Sara y Me gusta cuidar de la mariposa monarca. Not bad. Now, I asked some of my friends to help me practice.
Hola,
Hola,
me llamo Francisco.
me llamo Paloma.
Me gusta cuidar las mariposas monarcas.
Me gusta cuidar las mariposas monarcas.
All right, let's keep practicing.
Me llamo Rogelio y me gusta cuidar mucho de las mariposas monarcas.
Hola, me llamo Fátima y me gusta cuidar de las mariposas.
And remember, the only way to get better is to practice, and the only way to start is to start. Don't worry if you still have lots of questions. So do I. As I learn, I'm going to make more videos, and I know I'm going to learn a lot as I butter bike with the butterflies. Until then, adios!